Welcome back to Tomb of Annihilation, Wildemount Edition. I'm here with my lovely cast, and as we pick things up today, we are going to not waste any time. We are jumping right into the show. So let's go right into the recap. Pen, take it away. What's been going on?
Well, last session we started off. We were in the city of Olmu. We were talking to Orvez, who was the only survivor of the Wanti attack. We'll recall he was a flaming fist and a red wizard trainee. And so he told us that they had found two of the temples that we need to find. One was to the west, and that was the Frog Temple of Kubazan. And then to the east was the shrine for Shingabi. And Delphine healed him up a bit and told Orvex to head on back to the Flaming Fists and tell them, make sure they knew we didn't kill their people. But Orvex took offense at that because he didn't feel he was strong enough to head out, and so he stormed off kind of unarmed, without rations, and not happy with us. So, bye Orvex. And then we headed on over to the Shrine of Kubazane, in front of which there was this cool pond. We messed around a little bit with the water, decided that was a bad idea, went straight to the temple, opened it up, and it was sort of a monk-style trap to get across it, so our monk Vindicator hop, skipped, and jumped all the way across. Meanwhile, Paruk snuck around the back outside of the temple, painted a doorway to try to get in through the back way, but Vindicator got there first, grabbed the cube that we were looking for, the key cube, and as soon as he picked it up, this gas kind of blew out, and so he quick Misty stepped, Raven Queen stepped out of there. We all escaped and grabbed that cube, ran back to the neighborhood where the burning bodies were. And as we got there, Vindicator got this burning tattoo underneath of his eye, and it had the symbol that matched what was on the cube. And he ended up attacking Misery, but we managed to knock him out. Goss carved the tattoo off of his face, and then we returned to the guardhouse at the entrance of the city to take a long rest. We leveled up to 5, and then in the morning we sent RR out to scout a path to the Shrine of Shingabi, and he got spotted and followed by some baby Groots. Super cute. They seemed friendly. They give Misery a flower, but then we started hearing those drumming sounds again in the distance, and the Groots took off, so we followed the Groots, who led us to a cliff overhanging the lava pit, and it was their tribe that was doing the drumming. There was this sacrifice ritual going on. They had a grung tied up, and we watched as they threw him into the lava. And in their excitement, several of the Groots also jumped into the lava after him. We started to back away slowly at this point, and then suddenly the drums stopped, and all other sounds in the jungle stopped around us, and everything was dead silent. And that is where we left off.
Yes, and the jungle has parted around this dead city that is now as silent as a grave. Unnaturally so. And then you hear it. After a somewhat long, disturbing pause, there is a mighty roar. And it sounds like Godzilla or something. And you see all the baby Groots, all the veggie pygmies up there at the sacrificial point where they're throwing in grungs, apparently to sacrifice in order to call forth some mighty beast. And the, the little baby Groots, they're scattering as a massive lizard, a great dinosaur, a feathered Tyrannosaurus Rex that's easily twice the size of that nasty zombie T Rex you faced the other day. And actually, it just appears there, like in a poof of smoke, of some type of mist. Like the thing just misty steps into the scene. And maybe your knees might start trembling, potentially buckling, or you see something that you will never be able to erase from your vision. Like this moment might be on replay in your minds for decades to come. As there you see squirming on the ground below the mighty beast is Vindicator, somehow hog-tied, and you are helpless. See, as this is happening, gotta be a good like way or so. You see that beast just crunch down on Vindicator, flip him up into the air with his mighty maw, and then with Vindicator flying end over end, somersaulting in the air, the beast snatches him out of the air like a piece of popcorn and swallows Vindicator whole. This thing's foe looks beyond any of you. I mean, what do you do? Because right now, you uh, may or may not be consumed with fear. All right. So what you do is going to be based on the fear check that I'm going to be making you roll right now, right out of the gate. All right. So go ahead and roll wisdom saves.
Oh, yeah, I failed.
I'm scared too.
I can't be frightened.
Okay.
I can.
Nice fail right off the bat.
Should you be at disadvantage because you're
He's already been a snack once.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Heaven forbid I roll lower than a 9.
I mean, you could crit fail.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't immediately like fall over and pass out from fear or anything. But yeah, definitely. Probably everybody's looking at each other like when you glance at each other, and your body language tells everybody the same thing that everybody else's body language is telling everybody else. Everybody's
Right.
body language seems to be in agreement. Let's get the fuck away from this thing. Because with everybody failing their fear checks, there's no way you can confront that bad boy.
Arar
Indeed.
I could.
Arar wants to fight.
Yeah, the old man and the lizard can fight, or the dragon can fight him.
You two have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This
Misery
is
is
actually
just horrified that she just watched her, one of her best friends get eaten, and she's stumbling over herself backwards and like shock and awe and like, what the just happened?
I'm going to grab you, Gross, and Farouk and tell you to get the hell out of here.
I'm already running and screaming, not again, not again, not again.
Yeah. Do we have enough sense to choose a direction that we were gonna run in, or are we just gonna? Are you gonna make us like roll random directions?
Oh no, you just can't move closer to the source of fear.
Cool.
How convenient. I didn't want to.
So
Yep, I'm gonna
bring
head
up the map.
towards the shrine that we were planning on running towards anyway.
Yep, Goss is gonna follow.
Yep, I'll be in the back making sure this thing's not chasing us down.
Fair enough. As you make a beeline for that shrine, are are you looking to take a stealthy approach, or is speed your factor here to just put as much distance between you and the enemy as quickly as possible?
Well, for me, I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but I'm assuming this creature is like here-ish, right?
Yeah.
It's up there. So I would go as fast as I can to get about here, and then begin my stealth to get to what I think is the shrine over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't
That's
be
not a bad
thinking-
plan at all.
I wouldn't be thinking stealthy. I'd be thinking run.
Yeah, run until we get to a point where stealth, would be helpful because we've got the wall and the buildings to kind of hide in and around. So get there fast and then duck and run.
What kind of shape is that bridge in?
Oh, it's roll a perception check. I'm not exactly ready.
I don't know.
Face. Yeah. A lot of that bridge area seems to be covered in foliage and viney growth, so it's hard to tell at this distance.
I'm just gonna follow everybody else.
So, you guys haul butt, and thankfully, it seems as if that beast did not spot you. By the time you get to the causeway, and you begin moving into stealth mode. So go ahead and make those stealth checks.
Nat 20.
Okay, now we're talking.
6.
17.
I have found underbrush and I have pistodeered into it.
I don't know if you want me rolling for a RAR, but I have been
Yes.
on checks like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. It looks like taking a group average, you guys are able to move into the brush, and it seems as if this thing is not hot on your trail or anything. You seem to have lost them, though. Uh, this area here that you're able to stealth into, it's kind of like an overgrown alleyway, so to speak. A lot of underbrush, a lot of insects, and easily venomous snake territory. So as you were traveling, uh, it's not easy going. The terrain it's hard terrain to traverse. You were able to pass through the area just by getting a little dirty. It seems maybe the worst thing that happens is one of you steps into an ant pile or something along those lines, and you're just covered and drenched in sweat, and you got bugs sticking to you and whatnot. It's rather uncomfortable. By the time you finally have your destination in sight. And oh, yes, it certainly has a shrine like vibe to the structure. The ruins stand at the heart of the walled compound that this shrine appears to be. There are these tall monoliths that flank the entrance, decorated with images of a jaguar with 6 snakes sprouting from its shoulders. There's a stone door that's set into the shrine beyond.
Okay, check for traps.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to kind of investigate the general area.
Going back to the notes
Yay.
about
Sucking on rolls today.
Nice change.
Me too.
That's nice change.
Didn't help.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
All right, guess we're
Investigation
going with
10.
Bigsby Hand.
Yeah, you're not seeing anything other than the obvious. You do recognize that.
Ooh.
Oh, 1 second. You do recognize that there is no front door to the shrine. Actually, there are just steps leading into the darkness. And then Misery, you rolled a 7 for perception for checking for traps?
Yep.
Okay. It's clean. Ominous.
I
Looks
will,
clear.
I will recall in the image you said there was a jaguar with 6 snakes, right? I will recall to everybody the snakes are not what they seem.
Mm.
And I'll sneak forward. I'll go slow. Try to just kind of sneak slowly into the darkness ahead.
As you do so, what is your passive perception check?
Passive is 13.
13. Okay, so
And dark vision 120 feet.
as you approach the door,
Mhm.
you hear something. Something from around the bend in the brush just outside of the temple nearby. You get the feeling that you guys aren't alone. It sounds like some type of critter or something. Maybe another crazy jungle beast, perhaps. And then
Yep.
when you look over there, you see actually above the wall there are these snakes that are like dancing in the air. Like it's very strange. It doesn't look like behavior, and that is when you see that these snakes, they are not what they appear to be. And
Snakes are not what they seem.
that's right, leaping forth from the other side of that wall is this mighty jaguar. A jaguar with a mane full of snakes growing out of him, rippling around and hissing along with the jaguar. It kind of like feints a strike with its paw, letting you guys know that this is its territory. I'm going to update the map for you. That way you get a visual.
Gabi, I believe, is wisdom, folks.
Okay, so with that said, whatever happens here, we're going to do it in the turn order. All right, we're going to do it by rolling initiative. That way, everybody has a fair chance to act. Okay.
It's the exact opposite.
Oh, Sean,
What's
Baruch,
your
straight
dex?
roll. 20.
Oh, yeah, you beat me out.
Oh,
Three.
okay.
What's your dex bonus?
Blah, 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 +4.
Ooh, okay. Yep, you are the first. 22.
Damn it.
Well, misery was a 22.
Yep.
So. Oh.
Enemy rolled a
Oh, I
19
didn't.
and had
Yeah.
a +3. That was
Yep.
close.
Didn't see that. Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. So, Peruk, Goss, are you guys sorted right? Peruk's got the better dex.
Goss has a
No.
better dex.
Goss. Okay. Very good. All right. All set. With that said, Misery, this thing is staring you down. It looks like it is ready to pounce. What do you do?
Damn it. Not what I wanted to do right. I didn't want to be first. Okay. I will.
We can trade initiatives if you want. I have a feat for that.
Yeah, let's trade initiatives. I've got. Oh, you know what? I'll take it. I'll use this moment. I'm gonna do what she would do. She would just attack. Big scary monster just ate her friend. Another big scary monster just dumped out. She's just gonna shoot. So she will. I'm gonna use Blade Ward work on. Hang on, this is the first time I'm using this new Warlock feature. Nope, not Blade Ward. Blooming Blade. Blooming Blade works. Oh, it's melee. Okay. Then not that. Goddamn. She will cast Witch Bolt, and that is going to be +6 to hit. A total of 23 to hit,
Oh, yeah, that'll end.
and that will be wow, 2 natural ones on the damage, or 3 ones. Wow, 3 ones, and
Another set in the
but
dice jail.
it does actually stick. And do I get sneak attack? Yeah, because it didn't. Nobody else has attacked on it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you get it on your spell attacks though.
Yeah, sneak attack works for me. Doesn't say anything against whether it's melee or spells. So
That's cool.
Yeah,
So
I
we will
think so.
give
'Cause
it-
there's a couple of builds that use subtle spell to give you that.
So at least we'll add another 8 for this sneak. So a whole 11 on that one. And then she is going to take her movement and go. How big are these? Are these squares 5 feet?
Yep.
Far. Okay. She is gonna jump. She is gonna move to here and use her bonus action to hide. Wait, do I need to keep sight for my? Hold on a second. For which bolt do I have to keep sight on it to maintain? New to these spells. Hold on.
Range 60 feet.
I believe you have to be
60.
within sight. Like you have to can't maintain the connection.
Spell ends. Yeah, spell ends if target is ever outside the spell's range or if it has, yeah, total cover for me. So, okay. Well, not gonna hide. I
Fair
will
enough.
just move over to here then and hold my ground. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Interesting thing. It creeps forward very cautiously. And with that, it gets right about here. And it it exhales a gaseous cloud into the air that just fogs everything out. It's a 30-foot cone? Yeah, 30-foot cone of gas. Will be 5. And this is being targeted to Misery's direction. I think Peruk and Elfine might just be out of the range. I gotta double check the cones for feet. 1 second. May have gotten lucky too. Let's see here. Oh, it's gonna be oh, you guys are gonna get clipped. It's everybody. I need everybody to make a saving throw. That's right. Another save. I need a Constitution save from everybody.
Is Arar hit by that too?
Yeah.
I know he's behind a little more cover.
Actually, double checking on that.
I also
Yeah,
don't
but
have
I would.
control of him either.
He's right. Okay, I'll fix that. He's right on the edge there. It could go either way. I'll tell you what. Have him roll at an advantage.
Okay. Oh, good. Good thing he gets advantage. It didn't matter. All right.
You'll be able to move him now. So let's see what we have here. Okay. So the DC was 12.
Oh, wait.
Anybody that failed? Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting I have luck points to use. Can I use a luck point to re-roll?
Go for it.
Yeah. Forgetting that I have that feat. And that was a con save. Nope. Failed anyway.
Ah, man. Everybody who fails falls asleep standing up, hits the
Oh,
ground.
I am immune to magical sleep.
Elven blood, baby.
And you're good.
Yeah.
But some of your friends are dropping like flies. It looks like.
I see it.
It's-
I am not liking today. It's been a rough morning so far.
and then it pounces. It pounces up Misery. And it comes at you with a claw attack. And, 14. Probably going to miss you.
It does. 15 is my armor class.
But now that it is right in your face, it snakes. One of the snakes snaps at you. You can see its venomous fangs just missed the mark. Snaps right in front of your nose. And then Goss. So it doesn't look like there is another save for this sleep breath. You're asleep. You're gonna stay asleep. Actually, what I'll do is okay, yeah, we have the Drake upside down. Goss, you failed the save as well, right?
No, I rolled a 17.
Oh, you did? Okay. Who else?
My Drake failed as well.
The Drake failed, and then Peruk, did you fail?
Yes, I did,
Yeah.
but my mascot did not. I was just rereading it, and it rolls its own initiative. So that's why I just added that.
Oh, okay.
And I sent you the token for that, but I'm not. But it can still move on its own accord.
Okay, yeah, I'll just have to do some housekeeping, get that ready for you. In the meantime, Goss, it's your move, man. This thing is right in front of you.
I'm gonna start by hitting it with Hunter's Mark. And then I'm going to take a slash at it with my longsword, two-handed. 6 probably doesn't hit.
Strike into the pillar off to the side, missing the mark.
Yep. And if I remember right, I should have gotten 2 attacks now per turn. Yep. So I'm going to swing again, two-handed again, and I missed again. And that is all I got.
Ash your sword into the pillar once more. If that thing weren't magically enchanted, you'd easily put a notch in it. And then Peruk, it's your move, but the only move you got is snoring.
Yep.
Now, Fiend.
Okay. This thing's messing us up here. So I will Eldritch Blast him. 18 to hit.
Chillin'?
That will be 13 points of force damage. Bonus action. Gonna hit again. Oh, wait, I got 2 on these now, don't I? Yes, we do. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna strike again. So that's 10 more points of damage. And then bonus action, I'm gonna use my bracers and hit him twice more.
What kind of action is the bracer attack?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, bonus action. And you get double attack with the bonus action?
I get to reuse the same cantrip, which at 5th level, Eldritch Blast fires twice, 2 beams. And they are individual hits.
Yeah, illusionist bracers are awesome.
Yep, you gave them to me.
Nice.
And
In that case, I can't complain.
That'll be my turn. There'll be 10, 21, 30. Wait. Yeah. 34 damage.
So you smash into this thing with your eldritch energy and just going to town. And I mean, the thing turns towards you. At least you've distracted it from trying to bite Misery's head off. And Goss is right there between you and it. You're in a good position to maybe try to finish this thing now as we head into the top of the next round. It's looking awfully beat up, awfully bloodied. But, there's nothing more dangerous than an injured animal back into a corner.
I was also going to step up and try to put myself between it and Baruch.
Fair enough. Sorry.
All right, we got things happening now. So, bonus action, I'm going to use that Witch Bolt that I've got it. Which, by the way, my Witch Bolt is seafoam green, and it looks like ocean waves, really, like electric blue ocean waves. Seafoam, electric ocean waves going at this thing, and she will. It just takes another 1d12 damage from that. That will
Seafoam
be
Electric Company. That sounds like a 70s disco band or something.
totally, yeah, that that fits for me. So 4 lightning damage from that. That was my bonus action, and then for my action, I've got Booming Blade, which I'll post for you guys in case you don't know what that is. So it basically works with as I take an action with a melee weapon. So the melee weapon I'm using is going to be my trident. So I'm going to hit, take a strike with my trident for 26 to hit. And so regular trident damage, that'll be 6 piercing, plus it's knocked over, it's knocked prone because of the topple condition for trident. And if that thing moves 5 feet in the next turn, it'll take another d8 of force damage from the booming blade. So that's that, and then she is going to use her feature. Oh, sneak attack! Forgot my sneak attack because as a swashbuckler, I get sneak attack for any. If I'm within 5 feet, I don't need advantage. So hold tight. That's gonna be another. Where's my sneak attack? Another 7 piercing.
Okay, that's a kill. How do you want to do that?
Oh yeah. Okay, so first the witch bolt jolts it, and I imagine something like it's doing sort of some seizure like things, and the snakes are all like cartoon characters sticking straight up in the air, and then she is going to hit it with her trident, while it's distracted from the lightning bolts, and she's just gonna jab it right up into its throat, kind of like up and underneath, and that's what knocks it backwards and prone. And her trident is so hard, it actually unhinges, the lower half, like it rips open, underneath of the jaw, so it looks like the whole head just kind of flops backwards onto its back.
Fatality. Rest of the party looking on. I need you guys to roll perception checks, please.
Me too, or the rest, or everybody else?
Everybody else.
Okay.
Do we still roll even though we're asleep?
Oh no, not if you're asleep.
I don't see shit, but my passive perception is 14.
She won't spot anything. Goss, 22. Okay. Goss. At least somebody spotted it, thankfully. Because, Goss, you see up atop the roof of the shrine, creeping up on the top of the roof of the shrine is another one of these fucking things. And it looks like it is ready to pounce. And Misery looks to be the target, and she's completely unaware with her back turned to it.
Can I shout to Misery to turn around and look above her that there's another one coming in? Or okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Misery, you get the heads up. What do you do?
So I haven't used my movement yet, so I will see that lady coming or guy, and I will take my movement and bam, bam, and I'm actually going to take a step into the stairwell and to kind of hide. I can't actually bonus action hide because I already used my bonus action, but I'm going to use the stairwell, with my back pressed against it.
Okay, fair enough. And with that done, this turn, as you disappear, Auden, it looks like it stays its leap, and it creeps forward a bit, and instead, it decides to try to use its sleep breath once again. Sleep breath coming at you guys. I need Goss to roll a con save.
I'm out.
Oh!
Ooh. All right, Grandpa, you and I got this.
Really interesting.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're cool.
I didn't realize you'd flip me over. I was trying to do that.
All right, Goss, on your turn, you're asleep, so it's not much that can be done. Karuk, you're asleep, not much that can be done. Now, Fiend. Yep, another one just bit the dust. What are you doing, man?
So these two are both been put to sleep magically. Would I know if they're awake? Can I just smack them awake, or is that not a thing we can do?
Arcana check.
15.
Yeah, but if you're going to wake them both up, it's going to take your standard action. You figure you could probably try to wrestle them away.
No, granddaughter and I can do this. I'm going to step up to here and Eldritch Blast. No, he don't like where he's at. So we are going to Cloud of Daggers right on top of him.
I don't believe there's a save for that.
There isn't. It's just a really shitty roll at 8 damage. And bonus action, Eldritch Blast.
Dagger starts striking out at the enemy, just appearing out of nowhere. Cat. Snake snapping at the blades, and then here comes the Eldritch Blast?
Bonus action, Eldritch Blast is 15 hit.
Yes, 15 hits.
So that would be 14 points of Eldritch Blast damage and 15 points of Eldritch Blast damage for a total of 29.
That, the kitty gets blasted. You think cats don't like getting hit with a spray bottle when they do something bad? Try hitting them with a couple Eldritch Blasts. That'll really piss them off. And Kitty takes a couple Eldritch Blasts to the face. The cloud of daggers swirling around. that cat is looking roughed up. And it starts backing away from the ledge. Just slowly takes a couple steps back as if it may be thinking to retreat. But everything's happening all in slow motion. Misery, you don't even have a visual on the enemy right now.
Nope.
But you see the fireworks as we move to your turn.
Gonna step out to take a peek. Is the creature on the ground or is it up on top of something? I don't know.
It's
Not
up
follow.
on the roof of the shrine.
It is up on the roof.
Yeah, good 15, 20 feet or something.
Okay. In that case, I will change my game plan and I'm going to I'm gonna cast Levitate on that guy. And yep, I will cast Levitate. It has to beat a Constitution 14, otherwise I will lift him 20 feet further up into the air and it can't move.
Okay. And it failed to save.
Yes.
You realize
Alright.
you just made a torture chamber.
Yep. So I just lifted it 20 feet up into the air. It can't, like, I guess it can try its save again. I think at the end, wait, let me check when it can check again. I'll put this in the thing. I didn't mean to cast, I meant to share, not cast, display. And the spell ends oh no, so an unwilling creature, da, da, da. Oh no, it doesn't get any more saves. The spell lasts for 10 minutes. And at the end of this, I can either end it early and just drop it, or at the end, when the spell ends, it floats gently to the ground. But I'm just going to hold it up in the air where it can't move or go anywhere. It can try to run, but it'll be running in place.
Oh yeah, it's all flailing around wildly.
Yep.
The thing looks like it's freaking out. It's cat calls. Its roars could be heard echoing throughout the ruined city block.
And that's what, and I will yell over to my grandpa and be like, think you can hit that? Take him down. Got
I
him
think
for
I'll
you,
wake the
Grandpa.
boys. I'll wake the boys up first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my turn. That's all I got.
So the thing can't really do anything on its turn other than just flail around and make a ruckus. Goss,
6 more points of damage since it's ended its turn in the cloud of daggers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Who are you waking up first? Farouk?
Farouk.
Since he's right there. Okay. Farouk, your eyes flutter open, and you've probably never woken up to such a grim face before in your entire life when you see Nalfian looking down at you, kicking you away.
Yeah.
5 more minutes. It's a snooze button. Yeah, so, Farouk, you are awake. And Nalfian looks like he's moving to kick Goss awake as well.
Yep. I don't know if can I do it on this turn or do I have to wait?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'll get them both up, and that will be my full turn.
You guys, Goss, Farouk, probably surprised to see that jaguar's flying above it all. And oh no, is it starting to rain? Oh no. No, that mist is from the cat up there pissing itself.
Oh,
No, that smells like ammonia.
Oh, man. Does
Who's
anybody
got the
talk
spray
to
bottle?
animals?
Why would you want to talk to this thing where I'm literally carving it up?
I know. It's just suddenly something pissing itself kind of makes me a little I'm like, all right, guess we'll just put it out of its misery.
Well, I figure Goss is probably going to eat most of this meat.
Oh, that's true.
Yep. I
And
was already planning on that.
my turn again.
It's your turn, Misery.
Cool. I will still concentrate. I'll hold him up, and I'll Eldritch Blast him as well.
Target
That is
practice.
going to be 16 to hit. Does that work? Ooh, cool. And there are two Eldritch Blasts. First one is 5. Second one is 10. So total of 15 damage there. And um I don't know. If for flavor, just for fun, can we like bonus actions kind of start spinning him around in place?
You spin me right.
Get him dizzy too while we're at it.
Oh man. Poor kitty. So you guys like to play with your food before you eat it?
It's
Well,
been a
technically,
rough
only one of
morning.
us is going to eat it.
I watched my friend die. We got attacked. I'm not really myself right now.
It's one of those days.
It's right.
It's like maybe I just shouldn't have woken up today. I just should have stayed in bed. Right. It's Kamadin's turn. It can't do anything. And then Goss, it's your move.
So I can't see it from the shadows. But how far away is it from me?
Let's see. We'd say what the roof is about 15 feet or so up. And then, Misery, how high are you levitating this thing?
It was 20 feet above wherever it started.
Okay. Yeah, the thing's nearly 40 feet in the air.
Would you charge me an action to switch to my short bow, or would that be a bonus action to do that?
No, I'd allow it as just like an object interaction.
Okay. I'm going to switch to my short bow then, and recast Hunter's Mark on the floating guy. My concentration was broken. And take a shot. And 14?
That'll win.
Okay. So that is 7 piercing damage plus. Where did my Hunter's Mark go? So 8 damage total to it. And that's all I got.
Whew. Okay, that's funny. All right. That cat, it soaks that arrow and blood raining down, and he stuck it right in between the ribs. And it looks like it's shivering and shaking and twitching like it's nearly in its death throes. The thing is not long for this world. It's got to have, if it has any hit points left, it has 1 or 2 left.
Blood,
You've
piss, and
almost finished the
tears.
job. Yeah. So, with that said, Goss, any movement or anything?
Nope. I'm good right where I'm at.
Hey, Farouk, look at this. You are perfectly lined up for the kill shot, potentially. If you want to take it, you're welcome to.
Yep. I'm gonna use my Eldritch Cannon. 19. And we're gonna go ahead and put 12 damage on that.
Fatality. What does that look like? I mean, aside from like complete satisfaction of killing something with a gun that you made yourself.
Well, my cannon's a little brass spider mech, and right now I've got it holding onto my arm, so it kind of looks like a almost like the Predator pop-up gun, and I just aim it at him, and boom. And then I step back just in case there are any bits that come flying my direction.
Oh yeah, it's raining chunky salsa.
Yeah, Goss just has his head tilted up, mouth open.
Num 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 num.
That's so wrong.
Get a little bit of kitty liver on your face.
It's like pate.
Yeah. And with that, seem to be out of combat for now. Oh. Fortunately, it seems that the ruckus has not garnered the attention of that mighty T-Rex in the area.
If it does, it's got food that will be distracting. I let go of my levitation and let that thing splatter to the ground.
Yeah, would there have been raining chunks with the levitation spell, or would it all have been caught in that?
Oh, that was just from the blast, and then the bulk of its carcass was still levitating.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And now the carcass drops.
Hits the fucking the edge of the roof of the shrine and just falls all end over itself, slams in a really horrific mess of fur and blood and gore and snakes.
Well, that was fun. Good shooting, everyone.
Yeah.
Can we clean up a little and continue on, or do we want to?
Let's
Anybody
continue on.
Okay, let's
I mean, we can
head in.
try to process some of this meat to take with us.
Yeah, you want to take a minute and cut up some of the food?
I mean, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to bring some more food back to the ship for later.
This is true.
I do have
my
a bag
gosh.
of holding.
Jaguar snake tamales.
Oh yeah, Ginger will be excited.
Mm-hmm. That is some exotic meat.
Who has a passive perception of 13 or better?
I do.
16.
I do.
Pretty much everybody.
Yep.
You guys hear what sounds like can only be described as a box of kittens crying out.
No.
Veal.
No. I would sooner eat the rabbit.
Oh, but the big cat's fine. I see how it is.
You just said they were veal.
Yeah, and I'm processing the big cat right now to take some back with us.
We're adopting cats, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Snake cats. God damn. Hollow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go search for the mewing sounds.
I'm gonna follow along because I also don't want to watch the butchering happen.
Pro tip: keep them away from Aurora because Aurora might eat them.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta roll something real quick. Let's see. Well, the sounds aren't coming from this side of the shrine. You can tell the sounds are coming from maybe just on the other side of the wall towards the back of the shrine or something. Perhaps out in the backyard, you hear them calling for parents. Obviously, it must be these things' babies. These things that you just killed must have been a mated pair.
Yep. Yep. Awesome. I feel so good about life right now. Okay.
I do. We now have things to guard the ship.
Hey, okay. Yep. We'll sneak around to the side. Oh, it doesn't look like the map will let us. Oh, it does. Sort of? No.
You were desperate to become a mom. Well, now you're a cat mom.
I said nothing about being a mom. What?
Yeah, where did that come from?
The whole thing with Goss's dragon. I had to explain it to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't desperate to become a mom. I just thought that I was.
Well, now you are, because you're going to take care of these cats.
Awesome. Are we able to get around? It looks like we're blocked.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay.
And now, Fiend, you would be the first to see it. And I guess you call it the backyard of the shrine. There is an old, ruined wagon. And within is a litter of 3 baby cubs, jaguar cubs. And they have little snakes growing around their neck like a mane, little green snakes. And the snakes, they're all like, they immediately go into defensive position while the cubs are all crying.
I pull out some tamales and
I'm about to say, yep.
pull out some tamales and
my
feed them to the snake heads or jaguars, whoever's hungry.
So tossing in some tamales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even food soothes the savage beast. And go ahead and roll an animal handling check. They're just tossing in some
22.
Okay. Yeah, they take well to it, and they don't seem to be afraid of you.
Awesome. Okay.
The snakes, however, the snakes that are part of these kitties, they look like they're on guard the whole time, not taking their perception off you for 1 second, as if you are the food.
Let's see.
I could take my cloak off and throw it on them. My robe.
Yeah, we'll need to contain these guys to get them back to the ship. Do we have anything that calms? No, I do not. Anybody got any? No. Can't get the snakes drunk. Actually, does anybody have any whiskey we can give to the snakes?
No, we can't get. Wait a minute.
Why not? Let's do this. Can we get them drunk?
Hey, it's D&D. Anything's possible.
That kind of makes me want to see if my snake would get drunk. Hey. I've never tested this theory.
We've heard your snake in the background destroying stuff. I don't think you need to help.
Well, no, I mean, it's only going to take a little bit to kind of knock them out.
Yeah, you just give them a little snake oil.
Little snake glue. Okay.
Now I have to go to Google.
I'm already there. They don't have the physiological mechanism to process alcohol. They don't have a liver that can metabolize alcohol, and they don't have a central nervous system to be affected by it.
But in this situation, the snake is connected to the jaguar. So the nervous system and liver exist.
That part of the song. The snake is connected to the jaguar. Can we build like little cones of shame to put on the snakes?
Oh my gosh.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Except that it's a cone and they can just move forward through it, right?
Yeah, good point. They don't really have a neck.
Yeah. I would say for now, is there a way that we can just kind of enclose them inside of the wagon, and then we'll come back and get them after we're done with the shrine, and maybe we could just roll the whole wagon to the ship.
I mean, in theory, you could probably try to put a lid on this thing as long as there's some, holes for air. It shouldn't be a problem.
I've got a bag of holding. We can throw them in.
They will die.
That's 40 minutes of air.
Ooh, I'm gonna bust out my very broken marvelous pigments, and I'm going to paint a crate.
Marvelous.
Oh, how about painting, those cool little cat backpacks? We can paint 3 of those, and we can each just stick them on our backs and take them with us.
And while getting struck by snakes in our back. That's
I was about to say, I'm going to paint the inside, the back part of it to be metal. I'm going to make it very obviously metal.
Good idea.
Next question. How do we get them into the backpacks with the snakes?
Well, the snakes are attached to the jaguars, and the jaguars like the tamales. So toss the tamales into the backpack and then zip them in. Or zippers don't exist, so close them in. whatever mechanism Peru creates.
Okay.
Okay, so
how many D&D games have you run where we've painted backpacks for carrying snaky jaguars?
It's like you're gonna have you guys are gonna be like Luke Skywalker with Yoda in a backpack.
Exactly.
Okay, so painting a crate, right? So it's kind of like a dog crate for crate training.
Now we're gonna apparently paint one of the cat backpack things with the holes for air. Gonna paint 3 of those.
Oh, okay, all right. So that you are settling on that. Okay. Now, then the question was like Homie said. Nelfine was saying, Grandpa was saying, get the cats in there. Maybe throw some tamales. I mean, speaking of tamales, the cats are finished with tamales, and well, they don't seem to think you're the enemy, and they look like they want to play. One of them leaps up onto the edge of the cart, and
I'll reach out and grab
walk
him.
around. Okay. Reaching out and grabbing him.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him, pull him close to me.
Okay. What's your AC?
15.
15? Ooh, okay. Those snappy snakes. Yeah, 16 is gonna bite you. And you take a whap on the hand for 4 points of piercing damage. Roll a con save because you immediately feel a burning sensation pulsing through your veins from base, like right where that wound is.
16.
Oh, okay, 16. Very good. So you end up taking half of 22 poison damage.
Oof.
Okay.
Baby snakes.
And it looks like the snakes are not done yet. They are kind of like curling in a defensive way that looks like they're poised to continue to strike. So everything's happening in slow motion. You have basically, we could do this in initiative, but we'll do it in real time. With that kitty in your hand, and you've just absorbed a strike from one of the snakes, what are you going to do?
I am going to attempt to pet the cat and calm it down.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me again how you guys had a TPK. They
Playing with
were
lizard
cute.
kitties.
Baby kittens.
That would be novel worthy.
Yeah. Did it work
That's how
though?
it ended. Okay. Go ahead and roll an animal handling check.
12.
One of the snakes strikes out at you once again, but rolls a 14 to bite you, missing the mark.
Okay, so it seems to be working.
It seems that the cat itself is cool, but the snake appendages on its body. Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna set the cat back down in the crate then, because it's not working.
Or put it in the backpack. That Gus
He
was
hasn't
created.
finished making them.
Oh, good point.
Can I try to
Does
pick one of them up and
anybody?
calm it down?
I was gonna say if anybody has any music to play for the snakes,
Would I
like
know
a
what these creatures are, potentially, what might calm them if they can be calmed?
Nature check. Goss, did I hear you say that you're going to try to pick one up?
Yeah, to try to calm the snakes and the jaguar.
Okay. Roll an animal handling check.
25.
oof.
Oh, thank God we got Goss.
That
Well,
plus
he is a
6 sounds
lizard,
nice.
so maybe he gets like advantage with the snakes. Little reptile commune there.
Yeah, it's like a cold-blooded crew type of thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're cold-blooded. I'm cold-blooded. Let's be cold-blooded together. Yeah, actually, uh, this this kitty and the snakes. Did you grab the other one? Seem to
Yeah.
be rather docile.
Just gonna look at Nelfine and be like, man, I don't know why they don't like you, but these guys are chill.
It's cool. It's cool. Gus, you
Let's
are
see.
the animal handler of the group. You've got the Drake. You've got the snake jags.
The fucking snake charmer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That ranger life.
And Misery seeing Gus do it, you know,
No.
she's gonna be like, I see how it's done. And so she's going to also mimic what she just saw Goss do. Goss, do you want to describe how you grabbed at them so that I can kind of follow suit and maybe get advantage on my roll?
I was going to assist you for that reason, too.
Perfect.
So when I went to scoop up the jaguar body, I used one hand to pick up the jaguar body, and the other hand had little pieces of meat that I had in my pack, and was slowly, gently feeding the little snake heads.
Okay. Okay. So I will mimic that and does that give me advantage?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. 22.
Nice. Looks like you got a kitty.
Yay! Got a kitty and snakes. And I'm just all excited about this now. Okay. So maybe we don't need our backpacks, but for now we will carry them, or we'll wait for Goss to finish the backpacks because we don't want to be carrying them. They're too young to walk along.
And those snakes are venomous.
Yeah.
It takes 10 minutes for me to paint 100 square feet. I imagine 3 backpacks probably
I'll be done by now.
done by now.
Cool.
I'm gonna look to Nalfine. You want the other one?
Yeah, sure. I'll take the other one, and it totally almost didn't kill me.
I'm gonna assist him with making that one docile. Hand him off some tamales.
Oh yeah, and you guys are making fast friends, but the snakes, they are always defensive in a defensive position, always looking like they might strike at any moment, even once kitties are properly handled. Like there's definitely some
Also, to
darkness going
double
on.
back, I rolled a 15 to try to see if I knew what these things were, if there was any way to
Your nature.
properly handle them.
You know, you're just commodities, and you know that they are not something to try to domesticate or try to make a pet or befriend or anything like that. These things are incredibly dangerous.
I'm gonna
You're
very
just saying that
wearily.
so we don't take them.
I'm gonna very wearily pass that information on because I know it's not gonna do any good. Just throwing this information out there for everybody.
Look, yes, they're
We-
dangerous. They're going to probably try to kill us again. But think of the money we can make.
Done.
And for right now, we just killed their parents. So the least we can do is keep them alive long enough to where they can take care of themselves, and then we can set them free. Or
No, we're going to sell them.
I like right as I see the look on my grandfather's face, I like or sell them, but let them free. Either way, I don't think we should leave them to die on their own because he just killed their parents.
Would these things actually be valuable, or are we literally doing this for nothing?
You're doing this for the moral righteousness of it.
I don't give a shit about that.
I know you don't.
Ignoring misery, I'm going to talk to Nalfine. Well, if you remember, we had, I don't remember, the one person we met that had the flying snakes that we tried to capture.
Oh yeah,
No, that was over on by the flaming fists. That wasn't their snakes. That was just something that was flying in the air.
One guy, when we went into the one guy's house, Marky Mark, he had flying snakes that they tried to get. So
well,
he obviously likes exotic pets.
Yeah. And Marky Mark would have the money and the means to like house them.
He also had a ton of pet dinosaurs too.
Yep.
This is also true.
When I go to pick this thing up, does it have a chance to actually hit me, or is it just going straight into the backpack?
Oh, once you've played with fire, you know it can burn you. You might always know that every time you look at it. Henceforward. So it's like that in this situation. And especially that wound on your hand, that whap, it is really grown red. And it is very uncomfortable, itchy, and agitating, painful.
Don't we have a healing kit somewhere? Somebody can use a healing kit.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, I can heal myself. That's why I'm asking.
Oh.
Would you like me to go ahead and place them in the packs
Please.
so you don't get bit again?
Stubborn and proudful, I am going to pick one up and put it in the pack.
Well, Well, I've got mine in my arms, so I'll put mine gently in the pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same and put it in the pack.
Now, feed. Roll an animal handling check.
Oh, I already did. It was 11.
Yes.
Well, you should get advantage because we know what
You didn't
Goss
watch.
did, and I'm assisting and distracting the teethers.
He also said he
No
would do
advantage.
Thrive.
13.
Never
No
mind.
advantage.
It's 2 more.
I wasn't gonna allow it anyway. I'm too excited about biting you again. I have the die in my hand ready to go. It's happening. Oh, 19 on the die. Yeah, you're getting clipped.
Con save?
Go ahead and roll it up.
I might actually survive that one. 17.
Okay.
So you take 4 piercing damage. And now both of your hands are fucked up. And you weren't even able to grapple and take a hold of the kitty. Like, right when he moved in, pow! You got whacked. Like, like you're Steve Irwin or something. And yeah, this kitty starts getting a little wild. It leaps up on top of the edge of the wagon and it starts hissing at you and feints a strike with its paw towards you. It doesn't like you, Malphine.
I'm going to try to pick him up again.
What the definition of insanity is?
I have a feeling it's going to work. My rolls are getting bigger. I can do this.
Net one.
All right.
18.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
It is bigger.
Yay.
Yeah, the kitty was bluffing. This time you move in for him, and the snakes don't even whack you. Got a hold of him.
Put him in the backpack and just giving a glare to Goss saying, see, I can do this too.
Okay. You got tagged
Meanwhile-
twice.
And as soon as I'm going to walk away, and as soon as I'm around the corner, I am just going to lean up against the wall, feeling like I'm about to pass out.
Before he walks away real quick, I'm like, dude, a little color in your skin looks good on you, Grandpa.
That color is
Red
green.
is a good color for you.
Oh, God.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
You don't want to know how close I am to death.
Should we take a short
Doesn't matter how
rest?
close you are. It's a fact that you succeeded.
That's
Close
right.
only close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Oh, that's a great quote, actually.
Well,
Well,
in
it
atomic,
also
but-
counts in sexual encounters. That's why we have the first base, second base, third base system. It's tried and true.
That's also a good point.
All right, I'm going to start making my way down to the to where we came here for.
Yeah, let's go back to the front entrance. Do we need to take a short rest? Does anybody other than Grandpa need to heal up?
I'm all right. Gus is okay.
I'm okay.
I'm good.
All right, so why don't we take a break here?
That's a good spot.
But to do that, let's instead of our normal 10, we are going to take 15 here. Okay? Because I got something on the side I got to run to do.
All right.
Okay. Very good. See you.
Yep.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I'm a little late.
Oh, good.
Chick started flirting with me at the store, so I'm like, had to reciprocate.
Yeah, you did. It's okay. Give me time. I had to go pull up some old snake stuff that I learned when I was studying how to keep my snake calm. So I just posted how to tame a snake. It is possible.
Hmm. What do you just handle them a lot? I suppose you hand
You
feed
do
them,
well.
right?
Well, there's a whole lot of it, like any kind of creature. Consistency and routine are key. So, make sure that it's same time of day every day. Hey, we're gonna have some handling session time, and start slow. You don't make sudden movements. It's like, okay, hey, and if it's super defensive, you just let it get to know your smell for a while. Like, you could do something as simple as put an old, a t-shirt that you've been wearing all day in its enclosure until it gets used to your smell. And then just let it, and don't restrain it, pick it up, hold it, and let it explore, let it kind of move freely in your arms. And don't make it feel threatened is the big thing, is no sudden movements and consistency, and just like don't be timid, because any creature knows when you're scared. So confidently hold it gently and consistently, same time of day every day. If it's super defensive, if it's having a bad day, because we all have bad days. If it's having a bad day, and it's like, don't fucking touch me, and you can see it, read the body language and be like, okay, not today, friend. but
And
and
never handle before feeding.
and never handle before feeding. Correct. That was
that
the
right?
one time I ever got bit.
It's when most
Was
snake owners get bit.
Yep, yep. And I was like, right, I knew that, because it knows, also feeding time should be pretty consistent. It knows when it's feeding time, and so if you stick anything else in its cage at the time where it's expecting food, expect to be bitten. um, so it's pretty.
All right. So we've already
It's interesting.
established a routine. So this time tomorrow, we need to let it bite Nalfine again. Got it.
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Eventually, you'll maybe get poison resistance.
That's how that works, right? You just build up immunity like iocane powder.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
funny you
like the
bring that
snake
up.
wranglers that drink snake
No,
venom because they
no,
think it makes them
did you
more
guys
immune to
read
it.
recently? There's this dude in, I forget where he is, somewhere in the States. He has spent the last 20 years or something like that intentionally letting venomous snakes of all types bite him.
Oh yeah,
And his blood has developed immunity,
antibodies.
basically,
Yeah,
antibodies to almost every single poisonous snake on the planet. And they are starting to use his blood to create a universal
anti-venom.
anti-venom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they get
Yeah,
some
it's
CRISPR
That's
involved.
awesome.
And,
yeah, it's insane.
yeah, and he wasn't letting himself get bit. He was milking the snakes
Yeah,
and basically
microdosing.
microdosing.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what I saw. One of the guys was doing one of the snake catchers here in Florida. They got like a TV show or something, and he catch a venomous snake, and they take one of the fangs and he'd milk the fang, and he just he'd take a drop of the venom and put it on his tongue.
Well, that's not going to do anything because you could
You have to
drink
inject it.
venom and it wouldn't hurt you.
Well, depending on the species of snake, depending on the type of venom.
Hmm.
Because like a pit viper,
Right.
It's causes necrosis. So any sort of open skin like your mouth will cause it to just decay.
Yep.
Oh, that's the worst kind of venom. I mean, you see those spider bites like that, you know, and it's just like, oh my god.
Oh, did I ever show you guys the jar of sake that I have that has a habu viper in it?
Oh, you have some snake wine? Nice.
Yeah, it's a habu sake. It's a type of pit viper that's only found on one island in the world.
I've not seen this one.
I will go take a picture of it. I will be right back.
It's very cool. Should I caught a big ass rat snake in my house. It was several months ago, and it was like a 3 foot yellow rat snake. I thought that was as big as they got. I looked them up. Turns out they can get like
Oh.
over 5 feet long.
Yeah, those guys can get very long. They're cool though, because they, keep your house free of pests.
Yeah.
Non-venomous.
Just I got the Chihuahua, so worried about having a big
yep.
snake in the house, so I had to get rid of it. Or
Yeah,
otherwise, I would have just kept them and let them roam around.
There's this great video online of this Indonesian kid. I don't know, family. They've got a reticulated python as a pet, and this thing is like 24, 25 feet long, and it just free roams around the house. And there's like these images of like their 6, 7 year old kid on the couch playing his little video game, handheld video game, and the snake
Nice.
is just kind of comes up and goes kind of curls up with him and goes like, and then coils up with him, like not coils the kid, but like lifts him up, and just sort of like the kid is just sort of like riding on its arms while it like curls up and goes to sleep underneath of him. And like and the kid like unfazed, the kid's just busy playing his video game. I'm like, this is a daily occurrence.
Snake wanted, he could probably bite his head off.
Oh yeah, the snake could swallow that kid whole, but doesn't. Like, these are the people that feed me.
Something else. Why don't we get back to it, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can now
I
feed.
could hang out and talk about National Geographic stuff all night. I love that
No,
shit.
right?
But,
Nature's weird.
so, picking things up where we last left off, you guys are outside of this shrine, the ruined shrine. As I described before, the shrine is the heart of this walled compound. There are those tall monoliths out front that flank the entrance, decorated with images of commodins, jaguars, half a dozen snakes sprouting from its shoulders, and there is no door to the shrine. No door at all. And there is, however, above the entrance, like on the lintel, there are some words engraved there. But it looks like a language I don't understand. Probably that Oldomuan language. Your friend, who was working for the Red Wizards and the Flaming Fists, had mentioned before. Dead language. Nobody speaks it.
All right, then I guess I'm going to go ahead and comprehend language.
Okay. And it says, Shagambi teaches us to fight evil with honor.
Oops.
We are honorable to the Cubs. Does that count?
I think it was fine until we started floating the one.
Always fair in war.
I mean, what did it really do besides seat some tired adventurers and try to help us take a nap?
Wait, if Shinabi teaches us to fight honorably, One very honorable, putting us to sleep so it could eat us.
You know, different cultures have different senses of honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Like in some cultures, it's honorable to eat your enemy after you kill them.
Yep, and in ours, it's honorable for my granddaughter to kill me.
Wait, what?
Um, remembering the other previous thing we saw about the snakes not being what they seem, I'm gonna go back to the statue. I'm gonna start investigating, specifically around the statue and the snakes.
Was it a statue or just a carving in the wall?
Either way, I
Oh,
mean, one is an absence
mhm.
of rock and one is just rock, but
There.
they're
There.
exact polar
Interesting
opposites.
way of
But I don't
looking
care
at it,
which one.
but absolutely correct. You see that the engravings are on these pillars over by Misery and Alphine in the front of the shrine. And taking a look at them, you see that they these reliefs on the monoliths they show more than just a Kamadan. In fact, they show a large Kamadan, perhaps Shagambi, overseeing warriors as they train with spears and swords.
Does it appear they're fighting honorably?
Here's that they're training; they're not fighting.
I bet.
Um, is there anything to the relief at all, or to the carving? Does it look like there's any place for it to, like a hidden button, something that maybe goes into it?
Perception check. Now, Fiend, you braved your way down the steps a little bit.
I got to right here. Yeah.
Okay, and what you see, the steps descend into a 15-foot high, moss covered room, four statues of, they look like warriors, native to the jungles, probably old Omuan warriors, standing in the alcoves either side. These statues are overlooking a barred gladiatorial pit in the floor. Statue looks like it was meant to hold a spear, but its weapon is missing. On the far side of the chamber, a stone pedestal stands conspicuously bare. A relief on the wall behind it shows a monstrous jaguar with six snakes protruding from its shoulders, fighting off a squat, frog like humanoid armed with a spear. And to the left of the relief is a narrow tunnel with stairs leading down into darkness.
I'm going to walk in.
Looking around, your eyes adjusting to the darkness easily enough with your drow vision. And uh, this is definitely a shrine there. You see that pedestal across the way. Unfortunately, uh, there is no puzzle box upon it, as if perhaps this place has already been, well,
That's right. He
robbed,
said they already did these.
archaeologically studied, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but he said they couldn't get in, that the ones he attacked
No,
before they
they
actually.
couldn't get into the one that we got into. They got into all of them but that one.
No, they only found these two And before they could enter, the Yuan Ti attacked.
Yeah, because we asked if they had any that they could give to us, and they said they didn't get any.
So, you're able to speculate. That's all you can do because you don't have much to go on. Your one contact was kind of spooked away. And he ran off into the jungles.
All right, then I am going to make my way towards the stairs heading down.
All right, if I see my grandpa heading in, I am totally following this. Paruk, you're standing on top of me. Can you move a little, please?
I guess.
Thanks.
As soon as I'm not around, the damn rabbit's back at doing it.
The rabbit knows you'll kill him if anything happens to me, so he's now protecting me.
Yes, that's it, exactly.
I got your back, buddy.
Swear to God, that rabbit's half dolphin.
Don't need a recap of yesterday.
Yep, nope.
We don't have to worry about it winning a Super Bowl anytime soon.
I know he went super fast down there. I'm not going to go that fast. Can I take a minute and kind of search the room and check like the various statues? Kind of just look around a little more.
Absolutely.
And see if there's traps or indications of anything important.
Roll an investigation check.
I can cast find traps. See if it's worth even checking for traps.
12. Well, don't want you to waste a spell slot.
I don't really have anything useful as a spell slot for second level, so.
You don't spy any traps in the area, but you do notice that these statues of the warriors, they're definitely incomplete. It looks like they're posing as if they're like defending themselves with spears, but like there's no spear in their hands, so they're in position as if they're gripping one.
Okay.
Each one of the statues appears to be missing a spear. Also, speaking of missing, this pedestal here that you're next to, old stone pedestal, it's nearly identical to the one in that last shrine you were in, but there's no puzzle cube upon it.
And any symbols upon the pedestal? Anything? Because I remember, like the last one, the cube like burned a symbol into my buddy Vindicator. So, are there any symbols on here that we need to read while we have somebody who can read languages?
There are no symbols on the pedestal, but there is an interesting wall relief that is just right here. You see it there, and it looks like the wall relief depicts a Kamadan, seemingly Shigambi, fighting a Grum.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, you weren't ready.
Does the grung, does it look like just one of the average Joe grungs, or does it look like the king of the grungs that we had met, or something grung godlike?
The Grung has what appears to be some type of like a radiant light carved around him, like he's some type of golden Grung royalty or something.
Okay, and it doesn't look like the other frog god that whose temple we just raided, right?
No, that looked that particular temple, that Kubazan shrine. Kubazan was a frog myth, like kind of like a big nasty toad
monster
creature. Yeah, toad monster.
Okay.
Which is totally different than a Grum, which is just a small little frog person.
Okay.
Do I see anything down here?
Yep, following Grandpa.
Well, it's dark and there's cobwebs everywhere. You can't help but to get some of the silk in your hair. And you see that when you round that corner, there is an alcove that appears to lead into that pit in the center of the floor.
I didn't see any spears though on the way in.
No.
Are these reliefs as well? What are these?
Yes, these are more reliefs of it looks like different scenes in the battle between Jagambi and that Grung.
Hmm.
Now, Fiend, when you walk in there, something happens. All of a sudden, the door behind you slams shut. That's right. There's a stone slab that falls from the ceiling, slams onto the floor, blocking you off, cutting you off from the rest of the party. And then you hear the sounds of grinding of gears, clanking sounds, and then something's coming from the from beyond this hallway, and it will be here soon. From the sounds of it, what do you do?
I'm literally just going to be smiling and being prepared to go into my form of dread.
And then appearing in the gladiator pit before you is this big hulking gladiator seemingly made of clay. That's right. If you're into Metallica, you would understand the reference. Soldier boy made of clay, now an empty shell. All right. And with that,
Since I was
the clay gladiator suddenly has a spear appear in his hand, and he levels it at you. It looks like it's on. Roll initiative.
hey, since I was holding the spell, does it go off before the initiative starts?
Spell were you holding?
My form of dread before he appeared.
Yeah. Your form of dread. That's right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let's get that onto the board for you. Just RP that. What does that look like? I bet it's pretty dramatic when your dread form shows up.
It's quite tame. It's just, you see all the skin on Nelfing's body just kind of slough off of him, and his limbs extending to just leaving that true form of him, that skeleton face, just glowing red eyes. It's just he looks dead.
Nice.
That's an 8 on my initiative, by the way.
Okay.
Would we have heard any of this up there?
Oh yes, you see it because on the floor there are these bars, big huge grates. So you see it all, bird's eye view. You can even roll into initiative. Hell.
Somebody
far
needs to tell
down
me
is
what's
it?
going on because I'm
We fight with honor.
It looks like it's about say 10 feet down.
I'm going to yell up at them that we fight with honor. That's what it says.
All right, then I am going to honorably prepare to rain hell from on high. If things go bad, I'll give Nalfine his chance.
How far down is the bottom of the pit?
10 feet or so.
Yeah. So I probably wouldn't get hurt at all doing that. Could I squeeze through the bars in there?
No,
If
not
I-
if you're a medium-sized creature. But
No.
your Drake probably could because he's small, isn't he?
Yeah, he is small.
Brute could too.
I'm technically medium. I am
So,
gonna.
hello. Wait, sorry. Can I see where the heck I'm at in all of this? I'm in the hallway. Do I hear anything? Do I see anything? Or am I just busy like looking at the pictures on the wall?
Oh, I mean, you were looking at the pictures on the wall, and then Grandpa, he just disappears down the way, and all of a sudden you heard the slamming sound.
Okay.
You heard
And I
all
would
the noises, and it sounds like he may have activated a trap or something.
okay. Then I would run forward to be at the wall and see if I can figure out a way to open the door.
Okay.
Well, Nelphine had brought up a good point about fighting honorably, so I'm just going to withhold my action and let him do his thing in there.
Misery, since you're going to be working on that door, since you're going to be taking actions while there's a battle going on, let's just have you roll initiative so we can have your actions go on your turn order. All right.
And four.
Oh, initiative for that.
Where the hell were these rolls last night?
I didn't do bad last night.
Where were they earlier in today's session?
Yeah, that's the question.
Let's see. So this thing rolled a 14 for initiative.
So he would be before me. Oh, the
Gosh.
start.
You said you're not going to do anything. You want to not affect any type of honor system that may be going on here spiritually, basically, right?
From Gossia.
Okay. So, Misery, you're at the door.
Yes. I am gonna be trying to look for some kind of latch to unlock it. Or open it up.
Okay. A little perception check.
11. Too upset. I've got kittens distracting me. My grandpa just disappeared. I'm
Your
not
heart
paying
is
attention.
racing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I need to
hot
take
in
a minute to
here.
breathe.
It's like a sauna in here. The sweat dripping down your forehead, getting in your eyes, and it's like,
Yep,
it's
yep,
too much stress.
yep. I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna focus myself. Come back to me next round.
Farouk,
I am going to hold my action. If Nalfine goes down, I am going. Cause you said that was like a golem down there.
yeah, so it's
Then I'm gonna hold my action for casting Shatter.
what are you waiting for to?
If Nalfine drops, then I will cast Shatter on the golem.
Okay. And with that, the golem, it immediately, with two hands on that spear, races in towards Nalfine to shake him and shank him good. What's your AC, sir?
2,500,000. It's
2,500,000. Where are we playing Pokemon?
It's 15.
Like Pokemon, the power and attack rating are like basically the same as Magic the Gathering, but times 10. Right. So, yeah, you are getting stabby stabbed with a spear. Okay, and you get jabbed right in the shoulder. Pow! Right in the collarbone area. And you feel that pain sting you. true. You're gonna have to accept 13 points of piercing damage before it retracts its spear from your wound, as it's dripping now with your drow blood. And
So, technically, in this form, it would be like tar.
Oh, is that okay? Okay. Bad news. More bad news. It's 3 attacks in a round.
Okay.
Oh, natural 1. And a confirmation that it was a critical fumble, mind you. So what happens is the golem, it moves to strike out at you once again. As it does so, it takes a misstep and it kind of like rolls its ankle. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever taken a misstep and kind of like step on the side of your foot on accident, almost like spraining your ankle?
Yep.
Well, this has happened now, right in front of you, when it comes to the enemy, and he rolled so poorly to confirm that fumble that when he missteps, he literally drops the spear right on the ground in between you and him. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to say he's going to have to use his third attack to recover the spear.
Okay, there's hope.
There's hope. Now, Fiend, it is your move.
In my form of dread, I am just going to open my mouth and fire Eldritch Blast from inside my mouth.
Spitting hot fire.
15 hit.
15, in fact, is going to miss.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm going to invoke Favored by the Gods. Once per short rest, if you fail a saving throw or miss with an attack roll, you can add 2d4 and add it to the total. That'll be a 20.
Oh, all right. We'll do it.
And since I used that cantrip, I'm going to cast it again. And get one more hit on him. So let's roll some damage.
Critting the calculator.
That was the worst possible freaking rolls I could have done on it. So 9, 8, and 6.
Three.
And that's the end of my turn there. Not much room to move in.
Rapid fire Eldritch Blast! Kapow! Kapow! This thing absorbs the damage. Like it didn't even feel anything. Chunks of clay go flying upon each impact, and the thing is just like, it has no spirit. It feels no pain. It just continues the battle like a robot. It doesn't feel a damn thing. Fiend, do you have anything else up your sleeve?
That's it. That's my attack and bonus action.
Goss, top of the round. Are you holding true to your virtue?
I'm gonna shout down. I'm gonna shout down real quick and ask Nalfine if he wants help or if he's got it covered.
I can't. I don't know if I can actually speak in this form. I have no lips, no tongue.
I mean, I can see you. You can nod yes or no.
Shrugging, I don't know.
Eh,
Fair enough.
I'll see how it plays out then. I'm gonna hold my action again.
Still not knowing what's going on the other side. Gonna do a deep breath and try to continue to find a way to unlock this door. Come on, baby.
Nope.
Wow. No, no, I do not.
We gotta do this 4 times, guys.
Yep. And gosh, hang on, do I have anything else up my sleeve? Nope, that's it. That's my turn.
Brooke,
Guess I'm gonna keep holding action.
Same plan. At the soldier boy made of clay is striking 3 times with his spear. That is, if you keep the damn thing in his hands. All right. That's going to be 2 hits. Extra damage because he's using the spear 2-handed. 16 points of piercing. You just got shanked in the gut. It's got Jesus Christ Superstar. And here comes the
I'm still up.
secondary damage from the second attack. 13 points of piercing. Strikes you again. Jabs you in the gut a second time.
I am down.
You have activated my trap card.
So is it your total health they have to beat to instantly kill you, or just your current health the 3 times over?
Oh, are you talking
think it's
massive
total.
damage rules? It's your
Yeah.
max HP.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. All right, so classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card style held action popping off now, Peruk. Go for it, man.
All right, so he has a DC con save 15 at disadvantage since he is artificial.
Fails.
All right, so he takes 14 from that, and then with then the bonus action, Eldritch Cannon, 21 to hit. And then another 13 there, so 27 damage total.
All right. Kapow, kapow, your cannon goes blasting, and clay goes flying upon impact. The clay gladiator is looking, he's looking beat and basically like malformed from all the blasts. And he's looking a little worse for wear, let's just say. Definitely bloodied with chunks falling off of him into rubble at his feet. He's half the clay gladiator he used to be. And looks like it's now Fiend's turn to make a death save.
Oh, ignore that. I was just rolling before. I didn't know it was my turn.
Okay, I'll ignore it.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
See, you tried to be honest, and I appreciate that in you.
Oh, buddy.
That's 2 failed death saves, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yes, it is.
Sure is.
Okay, if I get touched, I'm dead.
Um, do you fail a death save automatically, or I think you're forced to take one if you get
Oh, if I get downed?
stabbed? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm dead then.
No, I think once you
think
get
you're
knocked
forced to make
unconscious,
another
then
save.
It
then
was
you
it was double or triple what I currently had left. It was like 13 points of damage. I had 3.
No, I think
Oh.
it's
How
Wait a
I'm
minute.
gonna
I'm
play it.
Googling.
How I'm gonna play it is if this thing goes after your unconscious body and starts attacking it, what's gonna happen is when you get attacked, you're forced to make a death save, even though it's not your turn. That's how it's gonna work.
Okay.
All right.
So
That's how
that
I'm gonna
would
play it.
that would mean that I would have I would have started with 1 failed save.
according to the rules, it's you when you start your turn with 0 hit points, then you make the death saves.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so I got 2.
You are back in the corner here. You still have some hope, but not much. All right. So let's see what
And
happens.
we'll work on a new character.
Well, Goss,
How far away are they from each other? Down in that pit.
there's 5 feet in between them.
So if I hit, so just for clarity's sake, if I hit the golem with something that's got a 5-foot AOE, would that hit Nelphine or would he be okay?
No, it would hit me.
And you're 10 feet away.
Oh, you're right. I am. God, it looked so much closer.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to, what is this? This is, yep. So I'm going to take a shot at the creature, at the golem with my short bow to start. 14, I'm assuming doesn't hit.
Sheen's gonna miss the mark.
Use my second attack to miss again, apparently.
However, I'm going to grant you an advantage on those attacks because you have the higher ground.
Oh, okay. So we'll just call that my first attack, those 2 rolls.
Hmm?
17 this time. Does that hit?
Yep.
All right. Just for, nope. Nope, we'll take the 17.
Fair enough.
All right, so that's going to be 11 points of piercing from that. And because I hit him, I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns at 2nd level. And then he takes an additional 7 if he fails a DC 14 for dex saving throw.
Failed save. What's the total damage on that? Everything together?
18. And he is vexed.
You already have
Vexed.
advantage too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And that's gonna be all I got.
No, if somebody else attacks with a Vex weapon, does that stack or does
No.
that only?
It's
Okay.
just for
No.
you.
Yeah, it's just for you.
My
Do you
pistol
have
has that.
advantage on your next attack roll? I thought Vex was something different, so I brought it up. And then I read it and I was like, never mind. Alright, that's all I got.
All right. Well, frustrated that I can't find and open the door, I'm going to take a step back and blast the door. So, two Eldritch blasts at the door. First
Oh
one is
no.
going to be
God.
25 to hit, and second one will be 23 to hit, assuming they both do. First one does 4 damage, second one does 3 damage, so total 7 damage against the door. Does it blast it open?
More importantly, do I need to make a death save?
No, the door
Nope.
doesn't get blasted open and the rubble fall upon Grandpa or anything. But in fact, all it does is leave scorch marks upon the door that are in the color of your Eldritch blasts.
Okay. Pissed off that this door is not getting me anywhere. I've moved 5. I'm gonna try to run back to my friends. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And oh gosh. I didn't even know he was in the pit below us. All I knew there was a door and he was on the other
Right.
side of it. See that you guys are already on top of a game that I was completely unaware of, and now I'm super upset. Go.
It's your move.
Alrighty. Do. Yeah, I think we're just gonna. Crap, nope, that's too big. Alrighty. I am gonna start firing pistols. 18 to hit.
Yep. I'll do it.
He takes 7. He is vexed, so I take my second attack. Thank God he's vexed, so I get advantage on that. Not that it really mattered. And then, yeah, bonus action, Eldritch Cannon. Dirty 20. For 10 damage, so an additional 17 in total.
So 17 total?
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, Prook starts blasting. And this thing is basically got its head blasted off just now. No head on its shoulders. It is still up on its feet. And it looks to be readying the spear to go at old Grandpa there.
At this point, this is a coup de grace.
Yeah, it would be an auto hit. Anything else up your sleeve, Paruk?
Something that I should have done at the start, but it's too late now. Nope, that's all I got.
Fair enough. It's like that scene in Fellowship of the Ring where the ring wraiths are in the wrong bedroom and they're above the beds and they jab the swords into the hay boys, right? except for it's not it's not as great as that because this is very bad. This is very, very, very bad. This is a true saving throw versus death. This is a true save versus death. Gramps, you hear that? So you knock on death's door. Make that saving throw.
$18.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
He's got 2 more attacks.
fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Here comes the next one. Oh, I can't watch. Go ahead. Roll it.
3.
Oh.
Wait, wouldn't he still have to roll against his AC?
I'm on the ground, dude. This is basically
got
a coup de
armor.
grace.
No, it's coup de grace
No, when
rules.
they're
It's
down and
auto.
out, it's automatic.
Kill this guy, and then my granddaughter gets my bracers.
And as that happens, as the
Yeah.
Clay Gladiator delivers the final blow on Gramps, it turns around, doom, 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 storms off back down the hall it came. And then a few moments later, the door down in the Gladiator pit opens up automatically.
Oh no, Misery's gonna be the first to see him.
No, Misery's up
Well,
top.
I'm up here with
Oh.
you guys. I just came running up because to see what I could to tell you guys to come help, and then that happened, and I'm like, "Fuck!" and I go running back.
Talk about a bad day. You just saw
Yeah,
your
my
best friend
best
get
friend-
eaten by a T-Rex, and then a few
Not
hours
best friend.
later...
Goss is really my best friend. Vindicator was number 2, though. Lost my second best friend and my grandfather. Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh man.
you're gonna have you might have to see a shrink after this campaign. Misery
I
may have to go
am.
see a shrink.
So
The
my
drow.
character-
Well, you just really brought like what's gonna happen now from this. That evil drow side of me is really gonna start coming out. You just changed who Misery was.
Uh-oh. What's your
Uh-huh.
alignment currently?
It current. Hang on. It was like neutral, good. Hang on a second. Background. Lawful neutral. I might now be
True neutral.
true neutral. Yeah, you just shifted me.
Yep,
Mhm.
there's this
Can we shove
coldness
his
that
body?
just washes over your soul. And it's
Mhm.
like you're just not it's like maybe your spirit's way of dealing with the pain by not dealing with it and just being neutral to it. And that seems to be the way you are forever going to be approaching the world.
Can we shove his body in the bag of holding and find somebody with Revivify?
I'm already
doesn't work
Googling
right
how
now.
long. It does. It just has some really bad side effects.
No, if you die, you cannot be revived.
Oh, that's right. The
And
campaign,
you
yeah.
have to be resurrected.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is how this is going to break down. She gets my bracers. They stay in the family. The book, keep as well, I guess. That's basically all I had on me. Oh, and my stone. One of you can have my stone. Probably the artificer. That can go to Farouk. He needs the
It's a
armor.
luck stone, right?
Yep. It increases. It's an Ayud stone.
Yeah, one of those stones that floats by your head makes you look like a wizard, even if you're not wearing robes.
Flesh belongs to the individual, the water belongs to the tribe.
Ugh. Okay. Um, Misery, of course, is just distraught. And I mean, he's fairly new to her life because we just met a little while ago. And now he's like this weird skeleton form in front of her, but there is this rage
Oh
and
no! As soon as
envy.
I went down, I would have reverted back to my form.
Your normal form? Okay.
It
So
did drop it from that.
she's got him in her arms, and she actually, he's got the other freaking kitten. So she's got the her cat on her back, and she takes his cat backpack and puts it on her front, and then she's got him and crying and calling for her friends, Peruk and Goss, please come help. Please come help.
Obviously, go running down there. Yeah, and I, see her holding his body, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm frantically trying to think, anything I can do to try to make it better, way to fix it, but I've got nothing.
And I just
Sorry, did I miss something? I just stepped away from the keyboard for a
Yeah,
second.
no. I've got both of the cat. I've got Nalfine's cat, my cat. I've called down Gross and Peruk to try to help, and we just, yeah, I'm too distraught to make a decision, other than like help me carry him, and we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. Get him out of here, and I'm not even
Dustin's gonna
thinking
pick
about
him up.
you.
Um,
Yeah.
and can you, Misery, can you roll a perception check real quick to see if you can spot something on me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
It's funny. I actually talked to Hollow about this last
22.
week. You find a note. Let me know when you're going to read it.
Um, uh, I guess if I was like holding you, but like if it like so I'm holding you and I basically just find this note in your pocket or something.
Yeah, it's one that I wrote like the beginning of as we left to come here. We were still on the ship.
Okay, so I would like as I'm kind of like just crying and holding him, and like if this thing comes out in my hand and I see that it's from him to me, I would stop and be like, we need to get him to the ship, and I'm gonna put that note in my pocket and help me get him to the ship, and I'll
I'm
read
gonna
that
use
once.
my sending stone that we left, and tell him to
Yeah,
bring the ship
Ginger,
with Ginger.
Ginger. Yep.
Tell him to bring
Oh,
the ship.
and hang on a second. I've got a spell. Hold.
I'm gonna offer to
Um,
build a funeral pyre.
I've got floating disc. Oh shoot, I've already used my warlock spells. Never mind, I don't have floating disc.
Do you have? I don't know if your warlock level's high enough. You have an ability thing. It doesn't come online till 3rd level that you can
No.
get one back.
I know. I'm first level warlock, 4 levels rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to carry him.
Um,
He doesn't weigh much.
we can
His
drape
weight is
him
like 92
over.
pounds. He's old.
We can drape him over the my spirit mascot in the form of the owlbear.
I mean, we could just build a funeral pyre
No,
right here in the city.
no.
Okay.
Nope.
Do you want me to send this to you now, and you can read it later?
Yep. Yeah, I don't want him to be buried here. Like what I want to do is put him back in the coffin that we found him in.
Oh, okay.
And I'll find somewhere appropriate for him later. But he doesn't deserve to be buried in this lost city
I didn't say Barry.
or burned. Yeah.
Hey,
We're not
a
cooking our party
funeral
members.
in a lost city of gold. I mean, come on. Being buried in a city made of gold.
The thing is I don't know enough about my grandfather at this point. Like, he came out of his coffin that he had been in for like forever, and then came out and started like, helping us on our adventures. This isn't somewhere I'm going to want to leave him. I will want to leave him somewhere where, like, I know he was a necromancer, so maybe down the road I might be able to find some necromantic skills and bring him back and talk to him. Like, I'm a little crazy at the moment, right? I'm not thinking straight, so all I can think of is get his body back into the coffin, and I will find a location for him where I can maybe come back another day and somewhere where he is safe, and maybe we can bring him back again. But I know that I like, as a player, I know the reality. As a character, I'm not thinking straight. So that's sort of where she's going. She's like, just get him back into his coffin. He came out of it once, maybe he can come out of it again.
Meanwhile, that King of Feathers is still out there. That massive T-Rex. Not to mention, who the fuck knows who else is in this city. So while Misery might not fully realize it because she's beside herself right now, maybe Goss or Peruk, it might cross your mind that if you call the airship to the shrine, I mean,
No, I
everybody in the
wouldn't
city
have
is
brought
going to
him to the shrine. I would have had him on the outskirts where we came in.
which is pretty much where the ship was left, or out by the pyramid.
Yeah, but we had him hovering way up, so I wanted him to bring it down so we could get on.
All right. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So still, it's a matter of, you've got this corpse, okay? And you need to give him an honorable rest, but damn, that King of Feathers is out there, man. And that thing looks like it is nothing to fuck with. Like, you think these traps are bad?
I'm gonna keep an eye out because I know she's gonna kind of lead her towards the ship, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for her because I doubt she's paying attention to what's around her.
Yeah, she's just grief stricken. It's breaking through her 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 neutral demeanor, like, and you see the change happening from her alignment changing, like, right before your very eyes, and you know that she's never going to be the same.
Aurora's gonna crawl up Misery and curl up on her shoulder.
Like, the only thing that can bring me back is little animals. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm holding on to him. I am, yeah, I've just lost too many people today, not handling it well. I can't make a decision at this point. So, Goss, you're my right hand. You're my second in command on the ship. So, um, I'm kind of looking to you for guidance at this point. Make a choice. Do we stay? Do we sit and rest? Do we start carrying everybody back to the ship? I'm kind of useless at this point.
yeah, with you being in the current state that you're in, it's strategically the best idea to get back to the ship and try to regroup and collect ourselves and get ready to head back out whenever you're ready.
Let's let's carry let's carry him back home.
Yep. Because I had already picked him up, I'm gonna go ahead and gently place him on Farouk's owlbear mascot.
Read the note, child.
I've got it. It's in my pocket. I will read it at the ship. I like this is not the time or place. Just I'm too in shock. I need to sit down and breathe.
Well, I tell you, if your move is to take Grandpa out of the city back to the ship, you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like an adventure. That gives me a premise to work with. And as you guys prepare to move on out, I think we're going to fade to black and call that a session.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah, this
reading
is
the
a whole
note
can of worms.
that Sage wrote, and I'm not supposed to be reading it right now, but I'm reading it, and she's gonna cry really hard.
Aw.
Damn you, Sage.